Good morning. It's Friday, August 20th, 2021. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Qigong. We have the advanced sets this morning. And just because me and the clock have not been having a good relationship for the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to work on that. I want to get that sorted out. All right, for today, we want to pay attention to this idea of smooth, continuous movement. We can work on that again. Through each of the sets, the idea should be that we want to keep the body relaxed and alert. Okay? In Chinese, this concept is fa song. This means that it's relaxed, but it's not the kind of wet noodle, oh, okay, I'm relaxed now. Right? What we want with fa song is that animated, relaxed, smooth, quiet is a good way to say it. Quiet kind of a movement. So there's not a lot of extra going on in a bunch of different places. I'm not doing some funny things with it. It's not that we're not doing a hand jive thing, right? This is whole body is engaged, is relaxed, and paying close attention to keeping the breath connected through the movement. Okay? So we want the breath and the movement to be connected with each other. We also want the breath to extend through the movement. It's not that it's just, here's the breath and the movement, they're connected and they go together. Okay. The movement's here, the breath is here, and they both go together. Okay. So connecting the movement with the breath so that the breath and the movement are joined, and extending the breath through the movement so that throughout the entire movement, whether you're breathing in or breathing out, and breathe in, breathe out is part of it, breathing, right? Breathe in is part of the movement. So as you breathe in, extending that breath in through the movement, we think of this more in terms of extending the breath outward with the idea of fa jing. Okay? What I'm saying is we need both. Pay attention to both. Let's get started. Yeah, me and my coffee. One more thing. I need to put some notes up over here and put my little notes back up over here. It's good to have notes. It's very good to have notes. And as I've said multiple times, I encourage everyone who wants to learn, if you really want to learn, make your own notes. Because what you do with that process, what you do with that action, is to take whatever it is, whatever that knowledge is, and put it into your own context, your notes. This is how I think about this. When you need to come back to them later, or when you decide to come back to them later, you will have full understanding of what you wrote because you put it into your own context. Not mine, yours. All right, let's do a basic stretch. Simple stretch, feet about shoulder width apart. Bend the knees a little bit, open the arms, wiggle fingers, pull up through the crown of the head. Hand circle to the front, back around to both sides. Up along the center line. Reach out. Two more. Last time. Yeah. All the way up. Elbows drop down. Fingertips. Hands return to your sides. All right. Shaking the tail feathers. I'm going to turn around, left side, right side. Shaking the tail feathers. Hands circle. Lao won't connect with each other, so you don't necessarily want your hands to be flat against each other, but the fingertips do come together. Fingertips here at the Renjung. This is the connection between the Dumai and the Renmai. The Dumai and the Renmai make up the small heavenly circle. Okay, so connect here. As you turn, keep the waist open. So turn through the waist. Don't think about I'm gonna do something funny with my legs. Legs stay pretty much where they are. Turn through the hip, turn through the waist, turn through the ribs, turn through the shoulder. Come to here. As we come back the other direction, this is just turn the waist. We're turn the waist a lot in this move, right? Come back over to the other side. Sink down. This hand, don't close the arm. Keep it open a little bit at the elbow. Elbow of the other hand. Sit the wrist. It's not this one, it's this. Okay? Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth. Drop the chin. Open the center at the base of the skull. Ujin. And circle up. Turn to the left. Come through center, to the right, and back to center. Circle, turn to the right, come to center, and out to the left. And center. Breathe in, breathe out. 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 Breathe in, quiet the mind, quiet the body. Extend the breath through the movement. Last time, breathe in, breathe out. 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 Center, breathe in. Hands down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. That was breathe out. Breathe in again one more time and press down. All right, relax for a second. Let me get some coffee. And I'm as annoyed as I am with the new changes that YouTube has made to their scheduling, creation thing, interface. It's awful. I'm noticing that I have an excellent connection this morning. Whatever the reason for that, yeah, I've been working on it. I tried. Yay. All right, white ape presents a fruit. Excuse me. Very similar to what we do with push. Bao Gong connect with each other, so both hands connect with each other from the lower Tantien through the middle Tantien, up, and extend outward. Bring it back. Fingertips point down. This is white ape presents a fruit. It's a very big peach. And here's, would you like some? And the Emperor of Heaven says, no, you can have some. And the ape takes it back and takes a bite, eats the fruit. That's actually the name of that movement in Chinese. A white ape eats the fruit. It presents the fruit and eats the fruit. As we do this, we pay attention to the Lao Gong in the center of the palm. We also want to pay attention to the Yung Chuan in the base, in the ball of the foot. This is called the bubbling well. Stick it to the ground and pull up through it. Keep the arch of the foot up and drop the heel. Small movements make a difference. As we extend, connect the Lao Gong to the Yung Chuan through the body. I've got a lot of things through the body today. Through the body and extend. Bring it back. And we go the other direction. The connection, this long, smooth connection, is what we're looking for. This is the goal. If it's not there today, it's okay. That's the goal. Is what we're try and pay attention. Feet bent, shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Open the arms. Bend the knees just a little bit. Relax through the lower back and breathe in. Breathe out. Shift to the right. Turn the left toes. Extend both hands. Pay attention to the back foot. And center. Other side. Shift. And extend. Pull in. And center. To the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Two more. Through the body and extend. Return. Back to center and extend again. Return. And center. Last time. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in one more time. Hands up, palms up, press down on both sides. Breathe out. Lower the heels and stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Part of our goal should be, and I'm looking at my notes over here, part of our goal should be to smoothly, and I was mentioning this before, smoothly connect the breath and the movement so that as we move, the breath and the movement are joined. That it's not I'm breathing and I'm doing this movement. It's I'm breathing with this movement. As I move, the breath comes with. Right? That connection is a big part of what we are trying to do in our practice. To make that connection, excuse me, to make that connection, there are several things, physical requirements, movement requirements, there are several things that need to be present. I talked about this at the very beginning, this idea of façon, of relaxed but active. In one example that I used to give was you're cooking noodles. There is Italian noodles, okay, and there is the al dente, which is the noodle is thoroughly cooked, it's firm, it's got substance to it, it's got some flavor to it, especially if it's nice handmade noodles. I bet, yeah, yes, I've had Italian handmade noodles, they're really good. Alright, so, nicely cooked, well prepared, has substance to it, versus, I don't know, angel hair pasta that's been cooked for 20 minutes. It's going to be soggy and limp and it's not something, you really don't want angel hair pasta that's been cooked for 20 minutes. You don't. It's bad. Don't do that. Alright, angel hair takes about 2 minutes normally. Alright, my point being, as we move, we want to be more along the lines of this nicely cooked, flexible, but with substance. Open and well placed is also a requirement, particularly for this next exercise because we're going up on one leg. Alright, so red phoenix flies into the sun. If we're not well placed over the supporting, if I don't have all my body parts in the right place, okay, my knee, my foot, my hip, my shoulder, my hands, I don't have all my body parts in the right place, I can throw myself off balance as I do this move, right? Everything well placed in good alignment. As I can do that more readily, as I get more facility in being able to do that, it's easier to relax while you're doing it. Alright? You start out, okay, how am I going to get up here? Now, what do I have to do? Where's my leg? What do I have to do? Right? At the very beginning, that's what happens. Right now, we have a little bit more facility with it. We develop that skill so that the movement is not a struggle. Now we can make the movement softer. A little more al dente, all right? As opposed to just taking out of the package and it's still a little stiff. Right? A little bit more al dente. Façon. Relax. Pay attention to the shape of the movement so that as you think about, I'm going to move through whatever it is, I'm going to move through this posture, that you have in the back of your mind an idea of what that shape is, what it's going to be, and what your body needs to do to execute that move in the most relaxed way possible. And that means good alignment, and that all of your muscles and tendons are working together, not dumping this onto this one and not pushing this over. Everything's working together to support the body in a good alignment. Red Phoenix flies into the sun. Take a breath. I just did. And palms up, breathe in. Breathe out. Sink. Breathe in. Arms crossed to the front. Left hand to the inside. Press down. Left hand to the outside. Left hand back to the inside. And up. Center. Right hand. Right hand turns to the inside. Right hand up. Right hand to the outside. Press down. Left hand to the outside. Press up. And change. Relax through the movement. Keep the body in good alignment. Pay attention to where the movement is going. How you get from one to another. Relax through it. Everything all together. 2 more. Last time. Come center. And palms pressed down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. As we move through this up and down breath, right? This is the idea that we want to carry through everything. That the movement and the breath are joined, and it's really hard. We want it to be really hard to separate them. Okay, this is the goal. This is the Qigong practice, right? Okay, stir the grass to seek the snake. One, 2, 3, and 4. And come back to center. Right, this turning, I've talked about this a couple of times. As we turn here, again, lots of waist on this one. We really use the waist on this. It's not the arms, it's the waist. So turn the waist here. As the arm comes out, the waist turns. That carries the arm around. The goal is that the movement starts through the waist. It starts lower tantian. Starts through the waist and extends through the arm. So it's not stick my hand here, bring my hand here, now turn. No. This doesn't happen. No. All of it all together at the same time. My arm is moving, my hand is moving, my waist is moving, my shoulders are moving, my ribs are moving, everything's moving. It creates that full sequence of movement. Creates the impression, if you're not paying attention, and nobody ever explains it to you, creates the impression that it is the hand going out over here. And it's not. That movement is different than that one. It is. And if you try it, you will feel it. Okay? That whole body comes around. The hand is the result of the turn, not the beginning of it. Alright. Left side, right side. Make sure that as you go down, you don't go down too far, so because you have to come back up, right? Turn the waist. Relax through the whole body. This, again, this idea of façon. Breathe in, palms up. And breathe out, press down. Turn to the left. Right hand tucks under. And turn to the right. 1, 2, 3, and down. Come on back up. Center. And turn to the right. 1, 2, 3, and down. Back up to center. 1, 2, 3, and down. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Relax through the whole body. Let the breath do more of the work. The more you can relax, the easier it is to complete each move. Two more. Last time. Hands down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there, breathe in. And breathe out. Alright, relax. Again, I'm stressing this idea today of relaxed, full movement. There's a couple of times where, in each of these sets, where I'm focused on my own breathing. I'm really paying close attention to what I'm doing, as opposed to calling out what we're doing in the movement or talking about the breath, breathe in, breathe out, open, close, that kind of thing. All right, so dragon and tiger join together. Yeah, I'm a sip of coffee. I was looking at the clock over here. I have talked through part of our class this morning, so it's a good thing. It's important that some of this be recorded, and it's a now I'll talk about it later. It's a future. I have a couple things that I'm going to be doing, and so making some verbal notes that I'm sharing with you today is a very good thing. Alright, dragon and tiger join together, and so we can breathe in, hands were center, right? Back up on one leg again, right? Press out, come in, and down, other side, and out, and my leg wants to come up, and back to center, okay? This, come to center, transfer the weight. In this exercise, I find that it's relatively easy for me to transfer my weight just a little bit too far over to one side as I'm moving. So pay attention, solution for that, pay attention to the inside of the leg, so that from here, about here in the shoulder, all the way down through this muscle on the inside of the leg. Pay attention to holding that in and pulling it up. That will help to keep you from going too far over to that side. There's a tremendous amount that I have learned in my dance training that applies to everything that I do here. This is one of those things. Through my dance training, it was a requirement that we had to study anatomy and physiology. If we're going to use this as an instrument, then you should know how to play it. Alright, so knowing your physiology, knowing your anatomy matters in how you practice. It matters for what you do in your practice. It's practice. Dragon and tiger join together, feet about shoulder width apart. Breathe in, palms up. Breathe out, press down. Sink into the knees a bit. And shift to the left. Both hands up. Extend the right foot. Keep energy in the foot as you bring it back. Pull up the knee. Press down. Shift to the right. And extend. Pull it in. Press down. Relax through the upper back. Relax through the hips. Let the leg extend as far as it will naturally. As you bring it back, pull up through the knee. That's from underneath, push the knee up. Remember to pay attention to the inside of the supporting leg. And relax. Two more. Open the back. Breathe through the movement. And center. Palms up, breathe in, Press down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels, and lower. Stay there, breathe in, breathe out. All right, yeah, I was a little wobbly on the last one, it's okay. Okay, this idea of breathing through the movement. I talked about it, connecting the breath with the movement. Okay, so I'm going to move, breath is going to go, they're both going to go together, right? I talked about connecting the breath through the movement. That the idea that we have a movement and we have a breath, and the breath extends through the entire movement. It's an open channel. It's flowing. Okay? We also want to have this idea that the movement and the breath are not really separate. So that whatever movement I'm doing, it's as if I'm breathing. The body is open and relaxed, and all that I have to do, all that I do, is pay attention to my breath. I'm going to breathe. That's it. I pay attention to the movement, and the breath comes with. I'm going to think about, I'm going to do this movement, and this is how I'm going to do this movement. My body is open, and all of those channels are open and flowing, and I'm not thinking about huff and puff and huff and puff. Okay, I'm breathing. No. Don't ever do that, okay? The breath sinks. She sinks to the lower Tantian. The physical breath down in here. The bottom of the lung. Use the diaphragm. Alright. Coiling snake. Twist. Keep the hips open. Turn foot. As I come up, pay attention to keeping the back open so that as I twist, I don't lean. And yes, the feet can move. And I come back up and I'm going to go to the other side. Alright? Don't move the foot too much. I just did a little bit too much. What we want to do is pay attention to this twist and turn as we go down. Keep your hip well placed so that when you twist down, you don't twist too much around the lower back. You get this nice and straight. Everything's nice and straight. Keep the hip open. Right? Turn with the waist and the shoulder. Shoulder, waist, hips. Right? Shoulders, ribs, waist, hips. Everything in good alignment. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. And breathe in. And breathe out. Left side. Breathe in. Up. Turn the left foot just a little bit and look behind you. Come back to center. And to the right side. You can turn the right foot just a little bit and turn around and look behind you. The heel on the other foot does come up. It should. Okay, so my right heel should be up as I turn down. And this is very much up and down. A lot of work on the legs. We just did a lot of work with the waist. This takes a lot of leg work. Up and down. Up and down. down, hold up through the center. Do not drop the knee straight to the ground. Turn in and come to center. And 2 more. Last time. Pay attention to the supporting leg. Hands down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, as I just mentioned, pay attention to this exercise. Lots of leg work. We had a little bit more, we'll do some leg work. And then I'm going to close class in about 10 minutes. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I'm looking at my list of things. We have white snake sticks out its tongue, leopard climbs a tree, and paying homage to the peaks as the last 3 of the 18 sets. We're going to work on leopard climbs a tree, and then I'm going to close class. I want to point out, I mentioned just now that we want to pay attention to some leg work. Alright, so I've done called out a couple of different exercises. We're really using the waist. Right here, as we turn, we start out in shaking the tail feathers, left side, right side, okay. As we come through here, stirring the grass, a lot of waist. In Coiling Snake, we're using much more leg. Okay? This twist down, and I'm gonna go this way. As I turn, now I'm gonna go this way. All right, here we go. As I turn, here's my left leg. Is that it? There we go. Left leg. let's have the whole leg in the picture. As I turn, right about here, my left leg needs to start to take all of my weight. Right? 10% maybe back into back here. As I come around and come down, I'm going to keep going. Right? This idea that I keep going. So, no, my knee does not go straight down. If I do this and I go down quickly, I will hurt my knee. Now, I might be okay a couple of times, but there's going to be a time when I'm going to go down and it's going to hurt my knee. It is. Tuck it. We're twisting down. Right? So the upper body stays straight. The leg turns in the hip so that as you go down, this leg tucks in behind your supporting leg. And we go all the way down. I'm not doing it today. I will do it in the near future, but not today. Let's moving along. Excuse me. Leopard climbs a tree. Alright. As I breathe, as I pull in here, Breathe in, right? Shift the weight. Bring up my left foot. You'll see, don't turn around in a minute. Bring up the left. Press down. And I don't want to transfer my weight forward. This is not, let me shift forward, let me shift back. I'm here. So, just a little. 95% of my weight is still over here. Just a little. Press down. Because this is going to come right back up. Use this. Right? Press down to come up. Use that as we go through the exercise. Also, pay attention to this idea of connecting the breath through the movement so that as we move, it's not move and breathe, it's all joined together. The movement and the breath are one. Leopard climbs a tree. Breathe in. Breathe out. Shift right. Turn to left. Press down. Up. And extend. Right hand reaches out. Left hand pulls back. Shift. Down. Up. And extend. Don't go past your waist. Returning hand goes to the hip. Connect the breath and the movement. Relax through the whole body. The movement is no more difficult than breathing. Open the back. Use the whole back. Connect the hands and feet. Shoulders over the hips. Two more. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Relax through the back, last time. And breathe in, palms up. Press down on both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Alright, this exercise, I mention this just because leopard climbs a tree. Does go all the way down. Foot goes up, and you go all the way down, and then you can come back up. Alright? So, paying attention to where your body is, are you well placed? And making sure that you are well supported. This idea of façon, that you're nice, energetic, right? There's substance to your movement, that it's not so relaxed that there's nothing there. And it's not stiff, that al dente noodle that I mentioned, façon. I will be back next week, Monday and Tuesday, with Tai Chi, Wudang Tai Chi. Wednesday will be our last session with the Introduction to Sword. I'll be changing that to Wudang Tai Chi Sword the following week. So next week is the last basic sword. And then Thursday and Friday I will be here again with Wudang Qigong. I hope you'll join me. Thank you for being here.